Hello and good afternoon from the American Literacy Corporation. Welcome to our 29th annual celebration. The American Literacy Corporation is excited to have this chance to acknowledge, celebrate, and reward 6 outstanding educators from all over California. I would like to take this chance to welcome our winners, their families, colleagues, administrators, school board members, and friends. Our program will include some information about our organization, its history and purpose, and our annual awards. But most importantly, we are here to recognize, acknowledge, and celebrate our 6 2020-2021 Outstanding Contributions to Literacy Award winners. During our closing, we will be having a toast. So now might be a good time for you to grab a beverage and a glass so you're ready at the end of our presentation for our toast of our amazing winners. Winners, don't leave at the end of our presentation today until we've had a chance to do a gallery shot. I'd like to acknowledge our acting board members, Melanie Oliver, Mike Barney, Lynn Gurney, Tamara Manspit, and Julie Dooley, and myself, Joni Smith. Now we're moving on. I'd like to turn it over to Mike Barney, a longtime board member with myself, and he's going to tell you about the history of the American Literacy Corporation, and our mission and who we are.
Thank you very much, Joni. So who are we? We were actually founded in 1992 by the late Dr. Jo Stansfield and her husband, Stuart, and friends. So Dr. Jo was a professor at Occidental University, and she just wanted to give back to teachers. She saw some great teachers in her work, and she wanted to give back to her husband, and they created then the American Literacy Corporation. So it strictly really is a grassroots group. There's very few dollars spent on our expenses. All the dollars are given out to teachers and schools. It's a nonprofit, and our goal is to reward and to focus on the literacy skills. Dr. Stansfield was internationally recognized for her research, knowledge, and enthusiasm. So her big area of research was literacy. I'd like to just kind of give a quote, and I think this sums up really what Dr. Stansfield is really all about. First of all, in the context of education, this implies that teachers have the torch of literacy, that they have the knowledge and the understanding of the meaning of literacy. Secondly, Plato implies that those who have the torch will always have the desire and the will to pass it on. Enthusiastic, caring teachers pass this torch to their students every day. And finally, just to give you our goal and our mission, I know for some of you, this is a brand new event for you. But as you saw, we've been doing this for over 30 years. It's a group that is led by teachers. And we recognize and reward teachers. That is really our only mission. And I do want to clarify, we only recognize and reward great California teachers. And their goal is really we look at what do they do outside their classroom in literacy and what do they do inside their classroom in the eyes of literacy. We believe as a group that teachers are really the key individuals that really will increase literacy skills for all students. And so we put really the money where our thoughts are, and our plan is to continue rewarding teachers for the next 30 years. So I want to remind you, as you look at your teachers that you have today, consider next year encouraging someone to apply for this award as you look at today. And I'd like to go ahead and introduce my friend and colleague at Riverside County Office of Education, Melanie Oliver.
Thank you, Mike. I love my next couple slides because I believe that everybody in the room today would agree with me that educators, especially the last couple of years with COVID, we've been working even harder. And as educators, we absolutely love when our students and even our colleagues are recognized. But I would also guess that some of the colleagues, the educators in the room tonight, they don't really like the limelight on themselves. You know, they would rather have somebody else be recognized for the hard work and the gains they're making. So the goals of the ALC came from our founder, Dr. Jo, like Mike mentioned, and she wholeheartedly believed that our educators are, they have so much influence, positive influence on our students and our readers of tomorrow. So the goal of ALC is to not only recognize these fantastic, exceptional educators, but it's also to increase the level of literacy for all of our students. And so on our website, you will see that Dr. Joe has created some incredible strategies to help with just that. And those strategies are free to anybody. Any educators can go on our website and use those strategies. The next couple slides. So we asked our awardees about their favorite books. And this is another highlight of I love when I get to hear other educators talk about their favorite books and how they use them in their classrooms. So awardees tonight, we couldn't list all the different strategies that you included, but we want you to know that we did read through them. And sharing this screen with you right now, Catherine Hilger, her favorite book is Visualizing, one of the books that she put there. Erin, How Full Is Your Bucket? That was one of my favorites when I taught too. And then the Fab Four for Kellie. Thank you for putting that one in there. And then we have Nicole, and she put Exploring World, Choice and Culture. That's a good one. And then Anne-Marie, one of my favorites that I used to read to my own kids, Charlotte's Web. And then finally, we have Allison Clark and Understanding Story Elements. So these are just a hint of your favorite books and the strategies that you use to teach them in your classroom. We appreciate you sharing that with us. Just to let you know who's in the room tonight, a little bit more about our award. So each of our awardees is going to get $2,000 for themselves. And that's really rare for teachers to get awards for themselves. Usually the awards go to our students and our school site. So this $2,000, I hope that you guys who are winning tonight, you do something fun with it. And then of course, apply it to whatever you want to do with it. In addition to that $2,000, their school site is going to get a $500 grant for a reading or language arts activity or materials. And then if you're in the CRA chapter, they will also get $500 for their winning educator. So lots of good money going to good causes. And I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Tamra.
Thank you, Melanie. As mentioned earlier, teachers are going to receive the $2,000 cash award on top of the $500 CRA award. We also give teachers the $500 grant for you to use at your site. One of the reasons you guys were selected as winners was because of all of your work outside of your four walls in your classroom. We appreciate your guys' passion for enriching the lives of every student you come across. Principals, winners, you guys should all received a hard copy and a electronic copy about the process of going about that grant. A simple 1 to 2 paragraphs to share what you're wanting to do around literacy. I remember when I received the award and I hosted a literacy night at my school. I had over 200 families coming in and out that night, and every kid who was able to pick up a book and just pick up something with passion around literacy. Still to this day, it's one of the things that warms my heart. So we are excited to see what you guys plan to do with that money, and we can't wait to see what you guys can accomplish with it. I'm going to pass over now to Lynn.
Hi, everyone. I have the privilege of reading Dr. Joe Stanfield, our founder, favorite poem, Smile. And the calligraphy for this poem was done by a friend of hers from England. And I'd love for all of you, especially our winners tonight, to join me on the last sentence after I'm almost done reading the poem. A smile costs nothing. It enriches those who receive without making poor those who give. It takes but a moment, but the memory of it sometimes lasts forever. None is so rich or mighty that he can get along without it, and none is so poor but that he can be made rich by it. A smile creates happiness in the home, fosters goodwill in business, and is the countersign of friendship. It brings rest to the weary, cheer to the discouraged, sunshine to the sad, and it is nature's best antidote for trouble. Yet it cannot be bought, begged, borrowed, or stolen, for it is something that is of no value to anyone until it is given away. Join me, please. Some people
are
too tired to give you a smile.
Give them yours, as none needs a smile so much as he has no more to give. Oh, and now I turn the celebration over to Julie Dooley.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. And this part of our program is the part that you've all come for, to recognize, honor, and celebrate each one of our awardees. So we are going to be going in this order. It's alpha order. So Annie, you're going to be going first. And how this is going to go, this is just like educators like to do. We have to have a protocol for how we're going to go through each of our 6 awardees. So here's how this is going to go. You're going to have a board member, one of us, is going to introduce each one of our awardees. The board member is going to introduce the awardee and the awardee's presenter. The presenter is here this evening to share with all of you the things that make them so amazing and worthy of this award. In some cases, we have 2 presenters. So the first presenter listed on the slide will go first, and then we'll transition to the second name on the slide. Following the presenter's remarks will be an acceptance speech that it was pre-recorded by each one of our awardees. Thank you, awardees, they're fabulous. And you'll get to hear in their own words what this award means to them. And then we are going to close that up with a silent celebration. If you would all join me when they are done with their awards with some jazz hands, all right, or a round of applause, or some snaps, whatever celebration you want to give up for them, please join us at that time. So without further ado, I am going to turn this over to Melanie.
Yes, it's me. I have the honor of introducing you to Anne-Marie Bravo. I got to meet Anne-Marie when she was a Teacher of the Year for Riverside County. So if you know Anne-Marie, you know what a go-getter she is and how special and a true treasure she is as well. So I am going to introduce Michelle Miller. And Michelle, please take it away.
Hi, I'm Michelle Miller. I'm the principal at Railway School of Math, Science, and Technology, and I am so very proud and incredibly honored to introduce Mrs. Anne-Marie Bravo as one of the Outstanding Contribution to Literacy Award recipients. Annie has worked in the Perris Elementary School District for 18 years. I had the pleasure of working with Annie as her principal for the 2019-2020 school year. And prior to the start of the school year, our district had a professional development. At this professional development, Annie handed me her plans for Railway's gate after school activities, her fundraising events, school and grade level, and her plans for field trips for her grade level, which included budget and itemized lists of materials needed. That was the first glimpse I had of Annie's dedication to the students of Perris Elementary School District and how planned and organized she can be. I have never met anyone with such a boundless energy, enthusiasm, and love of learning as Annie, and the impact on her classroom is evident. As a 3rd grade teacher at Railway, Annie inspired her students as she embeds higher level questioning, academic songs, and inspirational quotes during her instruction and during transitions. There was never a minute lost in her classroom. She's currently the lead teacher of our district's Virtual and Blended Academy, a program which has grown not only because of the pandemic, but because of her heart and dedication. Annie is not just an exceptional educator, she's kind and caring individual who inspires everyone around her to greatness. One of Annie's gifts is increasing the engagement of parents, not only in her classroom, but school-wide. The rapport that she builds with her students, families, and staff is exceptional. Her character embodies all of the qualities of a great teacher and is truly deserving of this award. Congratulations, Annie.
Hi, I'm Anne-Marie Bravo, also known as Annie. Thank you to the ALC Board for this amazing honor. Thank you to Melanie Oliver for bringing this wonderful opportunity to me and for her continued support. Thank you to my family and friends that support my teaching profession in many ways. A special recognition to my husband, Carlos, who is always a pillar of strength, advice, and support with my teaching career. I have been teaching for 19 years in the Perris Elementary School District, which is in a low socioeconomic area. It is vital that this student population have access to reading materials that start a love of reading in their lives. My mom instilled in me a love of all subjects through the variety of books she would read to me and provide as a child. She took time to read each day even as an adult. My mom taught me how to make children's quilts, and we would always give a book along with a quilt so that kids could snuggle under their quilt while reading, with the hope they would grow up encouraged to read. The kids in my family always received a book for their birthday and Christmas. Seeing her shining example makes me strive to create a love of literacy with my students. I hope to show them that a love of reading comes from within. Growing up, my favorite book was The Owls and the Shoemaker, which I still hold dear today. My love of historical nonfiction influenced my decision to major in history in college. Literacy is the thread that ties all schooling, be it English, science, or history. I could be regarded as a math person because of my love of numbers, but by developing an intricate and close reading routine with ELA, this influenced my math word problem routine. Literacy is not just in one subject, it is the basis of all learning. Thank you for this wonderful celebration today and for allowing me to express my gratitude to ALC and the wonderful support of teachers. As the lead teacher for the Virtual and Blended Academy, my school is very grateful for the generous $500 grant for reading materials. We cannot wait to shower the students with amazing reading materials. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Annie. Great, kind words. Really appreciate all the work you do with students. It is my honor and my pleasure to introduce our next awardee, Allison Clark from Paloma Elementary School in the Temecula Valley Unified School District. Allison's award will be presented by two wonderful educators. Anna Tapley will start off, and then Kimberly Parente will end some closing remarks about Allison. So Annie, I will pass it on to you.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Anna Tapley, and I'm the Director for Elementary Education with Temecula Valley Unified School District. And what an honor it is this evening to celebrate Allison Clark. In a very, very short period of time, she has made an incredible impact throughout our district with literacy, and then those skills have extended beyond with technology and so much more. She is an incredible and effective educator in the classroom. We look at the data side of the house in my current role, and her kindergartners are all able to read, and through the pandemic, exponentially more so. She was very targeted to make sure that every one of her little kiddos was able to leave being literate and ready for first grade. And she was very ingenuitive and innovative in how she supported those students. But more than that, she's made a difference in the PLC, and she's made a difference by very quickly agreeing to be on our curriculum design teams. So she is impacting kindergarten curriculum instruction and assessment, literacy, DRA, all things for all kindergarten teachers throughout our entire district. And this year, she has taken a leap of faith and grown her skill set even more and reached to even more teachers, as she's really encompassed being an instructional coach that deals with literacy as well as technology throughout our district. And everyone who is blessed to come in contact with her, it just so appreciates everything she has to offer and that positive attitude. Now I'd like to turn it over to Kim Parente, her principal.
Thank you, Anna. I'm so pleased and honored to be able to say a few comments about Allison Clark, the amazing educator that she is, the fabulous influencer that she is with her colleagues, students, and staff alike. I am so thrilled that I was able to interview her because she moved into the area and then had the very good fortune to hire her and bring her along into our school at Paloma Elementary, where from the first day, it was very evident her commitment to students, their progress, and you walk into her classroom and just amazing things happening right from the beginning. The instructional routines that she established to be able to, in a very quick pace, because the students were familiar with the routine, they were practicing skills that in other classrooms they would have thought not possible in the kindergarten setting. Her students quickly made amazing progress. One thing that stood out to me, I remember Allison saying on more than one occasion that her favorite day of the week was the day that she would do her informal assessments, because she was so excited to see the students' progress that they had made from the previous week or the previous time that she had checked in with them, and to be able to celebrate their progress. Not only did she collect data, but she looks at that data intently, reflected on it, and thought about each student and their individual needs, and then planned systematically the instruction for each of the students. Not only was she able to do that when students weren't able into the classroom, her classroom was alive virtually, her classroom was alive with learning, enthusiasm, and the relationships that she built with her students. The way that her students progressed, her professionalism, was very evident to all on our campus and in our school district. She is an asset in Temecula Valley Unified School District. Her creativity, professionalism, desire to make a difference, connect with kids, and her belief that all students can learn and all teachers can grow in their craft is evident in everything that she does. We're very pleased with her recognition that she received with this award. Thank you very much.
Wow, what an amazing night to be a teacher. I know our families, friends, and colleagues are all very proud of the recognition we're receiving tonight. I am very honored to be selected as a recipient for the American Literacy Award. I would like to start off by thanking the American Literacy Corporation for recognizing me for my literacy contributions. I would also like to thank Anna Tapley, my director of curriculum, and Kim Parente, my principal. I wouldn't be the teacher I am today without their continued support, guidance, and encouragement. Educating our youth seems overwhelming at times. However, being allowed to encourage my students to develop their maximum potential and to fully become themselves is rewarding, and their success is my success. Thank you so much.
Great job, Allison. Let's give her a round of applause, some snaps, claps. We really like that. I'm Joni Smith, and I have the honor of introducing Catherine Hilger from Vicentia Elementary School in the Corona-Norco Unified School District in Corona. It's been my pleasure to get to know all 6 of these winners over the past couple of months through numerous contacts and emails and all those different things. So thanks to all of you for your patience. And to actually present the award is Tracy Hualde. So welcome, Tracy.
Thank you very much. Catherine and I have known one another since our credential program over 25 years ago. So I thought a lot about this. And I heard a quote recently by Peter Block, and it goes like this: how do you change the world? And it's one room at a time. Which room? The one you're in. And Catherine Hilger does that. What makes Catherine an exceptional educator of literacy is that she changes the world for her Title I students that desperately need her expertise to grow into these amazing strategic readers that are completely metacognitive, and they're only 6 years old. It seems impossible, I know, impractical, crazy, but if you've ever watched Catherine teach, it's not, because Mrs. Hilger, she honors those 6-year-olds as these amazing individual learners. She values each one as thinkers, and she shows them how to think deeply about text. And then, you know, she does this every single day, but then what she does is she backs off and she gives them the permission and the confidence to own that knowledge. And then watch out, because those 6-year-olds, they apply it in amazing ways. Their deep, beautiful understanding of what reading truly is stays with her kiddos year after year. And I've seen it with my own eyes, and it carries with them into 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th grade. And she truly changes their world. Truly extraordinary about my dear friend Catherine is that it's not enough for her to just change the world, starting with the room that she's in. She enlarges that room by impacting the parents of her 6-year-old students. Mrs. Hilger, she has reading workshops regularly for her parents, where she shares her passion for reading and her knowledge, and teaches her parents how they can coach their children to be these lovers of literacy, deep thinkers, and meaning makers. And this rocks those parents' world and challenges their understanding of reading, and it impacts not only them, but their other children. So truly, this is just one of many, many gifts that makes Catherine an outstanding educator of literacy. as she is so deserving of this recognition. If I had more time, I could go on and on, but I don't. So I will close with saying that Catherine's contribution to literacy is that she saves kids from years of confusion and struggle with reading. She is changing the world one room at a time. And I'm so honored to introduce my esteemed colleague for the last 25 years and dear friend, Catherine Hilger.
Hi there, my name's Catherine Hilger, and I'm a teacher at Vicentia Elementary School in the Corona-Norco Unified School District. I would like to say thank you so much to the American Literacy Corporation for honoring teachers of literacy. I feel extremely honored to be receiving the American Literacy Corporation this year in Outstanding Literacy. I also wanted to say thank you so much to Jennifer Morgan. She was my principal that was so kind and gracious enough to write such a beautiful recommendation letter on my behalf. I cannot thank you enough, and I cannot thank you enough for your commitment to children and to teachers and to literacy. It's amazing. I also want to give a huge thank you to Tracy Hawalde. Trace, you have been my friend and colleague for the last 25 years. And what I can tell you is you have pushed and stretched my brain so much in the area of literacy. I can't thank you enough. You always leave me thinking of what I can do in order to reach all of my students. So thank you so much. You definitely are my muse, girl. And then finally, I just want to say thank you so much to my amazing husband, Alan Hilger. And the reason I want to thank you, husband, is because I know that without you, I would not be me. And then also, I would have never continued my commitment to becoming a teacher without you. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being such an amazing part of my life. Thank you, American Literacy Corporation. I'm honored. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Catherine and Tracy. What a great introduction. Let's give a round of applause and some snaps for Catherine. Amazing. Thank you, Catherine. And now we have board member Julie Dooley to introduce Nicole.
Good evening. I get the incredible honor and good fortune to introduce Nicole Matthew. Nicole Matthew is a gifted educator, a woman who teaches from her heart. She is an advocate for students, but even more so, an advocate for all those that she has the good fortune to work alongside. So students and staff benefit from her every day at Old River Elementary School in the Knightsen School District in Knightsen. Tonight, her award is going to be presented by two presenters. The first will be Veronica Polk, her principal, and the second will be Lynn Gurney, our CCRA president. All right, take it away, Veronica.
Everyone. My name is Veronica Polk. I am the principal for Old River Elementary School, and I'm also the special education director for the Knightsen Elementary School District. It is with great pleasure I get to introduce Knightsen District's and Old River's very own Miss Nicole Matthew, and to really try to really narrow down all of the things that really make Mrs. Matthew an incredible person. Leaves me a little bit overwhelmed because she really can be described by so many amazing adjectives. However, I continue to come back to her passion and dedication to students and to teaching, just like Mrs. Dooley said. The very essence of literacy is to read and write. However, she knows that the importance of understanding and engaging in the written word can take our students to the next level and beyond. I first met Miss Matthew last year when I had joined Old River and our community, and it became evident right away. She is a true educator and advocate for children. I have the privilege of seeing her every day live what she believes. And for those that know her, I'm sure they will agree with me. She really believes and lives that in her core, all students matter and all students can learn and read and write when given the right opportunities and avenues. She takes pride in working with some of our most vulnerable students and encouraging them continuously to celebrate the wins that they have, whether big or small. I love the collaboration and insight that she provides during our curriculum planning and data talks, and her willingness to join in any effort to move our students and school community forward only further demonstrates her commitment as a teacher. She really does it all. She's the ELD teacher, the ELA liaison, intervention teacher. She supports our staff tirelessly with everything reading and writing. She's on the ground teaching and supporting each grade level in our K-8 school. And she remains enthusiastic and spirited, and it really all of us to continue to do and be better even on our hardest of days. She's always eager to learn and find solutions to the problems that present themselves. She keeps equity at the forefront of her practice and is really amazing to see. It's just her practice in action of fostering students to develop their own love of reading and writing. It just takes my breath away. So I am incredibly honored and proud to be here this afternoon to celebrate Miss Matthews' award and to join in recognizing her for all of her continued hard work to not just walk the walk, but really put into practice what's best for students. And Nicole, you inspire all of us as staff, and you inspire all of our students, and we're so fortunate and blessed to work alongside you.
Thank you, Veronica. Well said. Yes, congratulations, Nicole. On behalf of the Contra Costa Reading Association, we celebrate your impact on student literacy learning and your leadership. We are so fortunate to have your expertise on the Contra Costa board. We know your students, families, and teacher peers join us in saying how proud we are of all of your hard work and accomplishments and your well-deserved award. Take it away, Nicole.
Hi, this is Nicole Matthew. Now, that's not a picture of me. That's a picture of a child with wonderment. I'd like to begin by thanking the American Literacy Corporation for going through the extensive process of application, creation, and review. This is a group that's generous with both their funds and their time. Thank you to the ALC for allowing me to be one of the honorees this year. I would also like to thank the Knightsen School District. Vicki Reinhardt took a chance 22 years ago on a substitute teacher who wasn't even in the credential program. I am thankful to have spent my teaching career in our small school district, where we know every student and we strive to help the whole child succeed. I am lucky to work under the constant support of my principal, Veronica Polk, and Superintendent Harvey Yurkovich. On the road to becoming a reading teacher, I was inspired and supported by a variety of people. Some were experts in the field, such as David Kilpatrick and Jan Hasbrook. Others were expert in their craft, like Jamie Bennett, David Hill, Julie Dooley, and many others. I was lucky enough to be trained by Louise Malandra and Vida Lee in the Reading Certificate program. And on a personal note, my family has always been my biggest celebrator. I was raised in an extended family where learning and hard work was stitched together with compassion for others to create the fabric of my life. With my ever-believing partner and incredibly talented and loving daughters, we continue to work towards a more just world. I am so appreciative to the ALC and teachers everywhere for working on the path of literacy.
Congratulations to you again, Nicole. And I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Lynn. We're going to come back.
Okay. Yes, I have the pleasure of introducing Kellie Welty from Creekview Ranch Elementary, Dry Creek Joint Elementary School District in Roseville. And this award will be presented by Marty Alberti and Judy Lynch, who happens to be a good friend of mine, a president of the park, that's Placer Area County Reading Association. And without further ado, take it away, Marty.
Good evening. My name is Marty Alberti. I'm the principal at Creekview Ranch, and we're a TK through 8th grade school in Roseville, California. We have amazing educators surrounding us here tonight in our district. So congratulations to Anne Marie, Allison, Catherine, Nicole, and Erin. Hearing your principals talk about you, you took all my words. There's this common thread through all of these educators of this passion and compassion and kids first. So Kellie is no different. She shines above all. She's amazing. She comes from this strong, supportive family where family is first. And she considers Creekview Ranch part of her family as well. Kellie shares her struggles that she had in education with her students and teaches them the skills and teaches their parents the skills in order to be able to read and write. She just has this true love for students. She has a passion for our community. She has a passion for inclusivity and celebrating not only our similarities, but our differences. I've known Kellie for over 8 years, and I'm really excited to watch her grow over the 8 years as an educator. I trust her with our entire campus and schools. She's one of our teachers in charge if I have to be off campus. She's been instrumental in the development of our professional learning communities, our response to intervention. She leads all of our collaborative conferences and all the data and making sure that no kids are left behind. This year with our extended learning opportunities, she volunteered and she teaches a period before school. So at 7:15, she has kids come in and teaches them different skills in order for them to be able to read and write. She communicates with them and their families and is their cheerleader to get them up early in the morning, has breakfast for them. And she also organizes all of our tutoring across our campus. She's been powerful in helping with the writing of different grants and also our Schools to Watch. She's been a national presenter at the Schools to Watch conference in Washington, D.C. And while she was there, she also lobbied for students and for education. I just can't say enough about Kellie. We all love her dearly. She's a trusted teacher, leader, colleague, and a dear friend. Congratulations, Kellie.
Thank you, Marty. I get to speak on behalf of Kellie next. This is Judy Lynch. I'm here on behalf of the Placer Area Reading Council as the president. And just a quick shout out to ALC, because Joni Smith, what you do, what your board does is amazing year after year. And our beloved Joe Stanchfield, what an honor you continue to do in her name. So I want to give that shout out to you and all that you do. I thank you so much. Now, Kellie, I get to talk about Kellie, but today is kind of full circle, because if I can take you back to 1993 at Little Grafton Elementary, a rural community with a school with mostly migrant farm workers' children, and a brand new first-year teacher named Kellie. Lucky for those kids, she spoke Spanish. And do you know what I found? I found a learner. We know them. We know them. We know them in our schools. We know them in our districts. And there she was. She was soaking up everything. And I was there with the California Literature Project. And a team of us, we were working throughout California, but we were working in Title I schools. And there they were, the kids that needed the most, and they got the best. They got the best the first year that Kellie was teaching. So you can imagine how honored I am to reconnect with her in my hometown of Roseville all these years later. Her classroom is excellence. When you see her in action with her mask on, with the children, socially distanced, here is a lesson that's moving like that, which we need. We need to accelerate these kids, and Kellie's the one to do it. She would do a quick rhyme magic lesson, teaching the kids the most common word patterns. Then she would move into the guided reading and then connect the guided reading to writing and oral language as the kids were repeating their sentences and the group was repeating their sentences. All this in like 15 minutes. This is the standard that we want in our regular lessons, in our interventions. Kellie does it every day. We all want to be in her class and observe her because we learn from her. But then she has taken it to the district level, like Marty just talked about, and for the whole school, for the district, because her passion of working with those English learners 28 years ago has not abated. And the work that she has done with parent classes is just incredible. And now she's on the advisory board of the Placer Area Reading Council. We're so honored that she's part of it. And she has not let up. She is now planning with us an area-wide program to have teachers learn how to do parent workshops. She's going to give them the materials. It will be wonderful. She is our outstanding literacy contribution award winner, and we are so proud of you, Kellie. Take it away.
I want to thank American Literacy Corporation for this opportunity and award. Since a very young age, I've loved teaching. I recall with fond memories the times I spent setting up school with my 6 younger brothers and sisters as my students. I struggled in frustration, preschool through college, to understand and remember what I read. I am truly grateful to my mom for the time she spent reading, discussing, and explaining various texts with me. I am blessed to have parents who did not let my academic challenges define me. They encouraged me to follow my dreams no matter how hard I had to work. Their belief in me made all the difference. I work to instill that belief in my students. Craig, thank you for your constant support, for being my sounding board, voice of reason, attending school events, and helping when needed, and for being my best friend. I love you. From the beginning of my career, I've been blessed to have several key mentors. Judy Lynch, who early on helped me become the teacher I am today through learning best practices in literacy development. Thank you, Rena Ferrero, for believing in my ability as a Spanish bilingual teacher and for modeling shared reading, guided reading, shared writing with my students. Thank you for giving me the tools needed to meet my students where they are and move them forward. In March 2020, teachers worldwide found ways to meet the needs of their students virtually. My mind raced with ideas. With the support of my daughter, Sarah, I practiced virtual teaching with my 5-year-old granddaughter, Luna, and I loved every minute. I've spent 21 years in the Dry Creek Joint Elementary School District, where I've continued to have amazing growth opportunities, crafting my teaching methods, as well as supporting teachers through peer coaching. Thank you to my current principal, Marty Alberti, for your continued support. The late afternoons answering questions and sharing data, as well as letting me run with ideas, writing grants, allowing me to share my love of art and culture. Thank you to the many amazing teachers I've worked with throughout the years and with whom I continue to learn from and develop my skills in teaching language and literacy. And finally, thank you to the many students and families who helped me learn and grow. Always remember, follow your dreams.
All right, congratulations. Now I officially have the honor to introduce our last awardee of the night, Erin Westover from Terrace Elementary in the Alvord Unified School District. She will be presented by Brandy Crum, which is an award winner from our prior years. So Brandy, go ahead and take it over.
Thank you. I'll take 2 now. So again, I'm super honored to introduce Erin because she is not only a great teacher at our school, but she's one of my greatest friends. So I have a lot of great things to say about her. I'm constantly inspired by her enthusiasm and her generosity. She's humble and she would never brag about all the extra things she does for our school, so I will. Imagine coming to school, you're hungry, don't speak very good English, you're responsible for getting all your younger siblings ready for school, you don't have any school supplies, you have minimal support at home because your parents don't speak the language and they're busy just trying to survive. This is the case for many of the students that attend Terrace Elementary. Then you walk into room 101 and meet your teacher, Mrs. Westover. Her classroom is life-changing for her students. She provides a safe place for these scholars. She has food and snacks that she buys out of the kindness of her heart. She's often buys food for the kids to take home for the weekends. She allows students to come early and stay after school to not only tutor them, but often their siblings too. Students never have to worry about school supplies as she will provide them with anything the school does not. On top of that, she makes learning fun. Her passion for teaching has not dimmed even after 30 plus years as an elementary school teacher. I can't help but wonder, what if I had been in Miss Westover's class? would you be calling me President Crumb? So congratulations, Erin. You are so deserving of this award, and I'm very proud to call you my friend.
Hi, I'm Erin Westover, and I'm from Terrace Elementary School in Riverside, California. I'd like to start this evening by thanking ALC Corporation for selecting me to be one of their winners this year. I'm so humbled to be given an award for something that I just love doing, and that's teaching. I've been doing this 31 years and I've enjoyed every year of it. So thank you so much for considering me as one of your winners. It's a very, very big honor. Also, I'd like to thank my own family for coming tonight. I love every one of you and I thank you for being here. I'd also like to thank Brandy Crum for nominating me for this award and Emily DeVore for writing my recommendation. I'd also like to thank my students because every year my kids work so hard to learn to read and improve their reading and writing, and it's such an enjoyable time. So thank you each and every one of you, especially my kids this year. Thank you so much for putting all the hard work into improving your year after being gone during COVID. I know it's been hard. And I'd like to end this evening with, and I read this every day to myself before I start school. Expect greatness. Expect greatness from your kids. Set the bar high. Encourage children to reach beyond their wildest dreams. Demand the utmost, whether it's teaching them to tie their shoes, read, or develop good study habits. When you expect the very best from them, you're more likely to see the best in return. And it's basic. Ask everything and anything is possible. So excited for this award. Thank you very much.
All right, let's give one last round of applause for all of our amazing winners. Congratulations again. Real quick, we are going to open up some breakout rooms. So
Now looking forward, this is also the time we ask our award winners, past winners, administrators, and everyone attending to seek out, encourage, and mentor others to apply for the award. Sometimes all it takes is a person encouraging and reaching out to another deserving educator. We've heard several people comment on that this evening. Please take time to check out our website, award application, and free resources there based on the research and work of Dr. Joe on read aloud strategies at www.americanlitcorp.org. Please follow us on Twitter and Facebook too. We have ongoing raffles and other ways to get more reading materials in your classroom. While we are disappointed that we cannot celebrate with you on a beautiful evening in person this year, we are hopeful that we can gather together in person in 2022. This has been a truly inspirational afternoon and an extremely deserving group of winners. I would like to have a toast to our winners and our founders, Dr. Jo Stanchfield and her husband, Stuart. So if you have a favorite beverage and glass handy, let's raise our glasses. As we prepare to toast, I'd also like to thank my board of directors for their perseverance during this year and willingness to make changes needed to encourage amazing educators to apply even during these continuing difficult times in education. Our board worked hard knowing there has never been a more important time to acknowledge, celebrate, and reward educators. Never have teachers, administrators, superintendents, school board members, and parents worked so hard at the most important task of educating our children. So raise your glass with me and in celebration. Here's to our winner salute. And finally, to end with a quote from Dr. Jo Stanchfield. You, the teacher, hold the key, the golden key that can open the magic door to the wonderful world of books. The greatest adventure in school and perhaps in life is learning to read. You, the teacher, have the privilege of making this adventure a successful and exciting one. Pause for a moment to consider how important you are. Now go forth and hold high the torch of literacy. And remember to smile. We'd like our winners to stay for our photo gallery, and please stay for a little while and listen to the music from the wonderful Bristow Jazz Band and music director Marello from the Brentwood Union School District, Unified School Union School District. And we hope you enjoyed our celebration and we'll encourage other people to apply for our award. Thank you everyone for attending. Thanks board members for all you do to encourage educators and spread literacy.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.